Coming up next, 5 essential fragrances from 5 essential niche houses. I get a lot of questions about this, especially from my new followers who are kind of starting up their niche collection. So I'm going to give you ones that I think are great fragrances to start your niche collection coming up next. Welcome back everybody to JoelTheNose. And this is being filmed today, the Friday before Christmas. So it's been insane in here. I've just been hanging out, talking to subscribers, different people. Everyone's doing last minute shopping. I can't think of a better place to do last minute shopping than Osme Perfumery. So I myself am doing a little last minute stuff here too. All right, let's get right into this though. A lot of questions I've been getting recently, especially from some of my new followers on the channel, are people that are just getting into niche fragrance, which I love. I love that people make that transition from designer to niche, and once it happens, it's like it just grabs hold of you. All of you who are already into niche fragrances know this, but you know, it can be daunting because there's so many niche houses, there's so many different fragrances. It's not like going to the designer world where you have, you know, 5 to 10 fragrances that everybody knows about. There are so many great niche fragrances that it can be very daunting. So let me just pick 5 niche houses and 5 fragrances that I highly recommend. In no particular order, we'll go right first to Fragrance du Bois, the French niche house. This is, you know, their packaging, their bottles, their sprayers are really kind of second to none. Such high quality presentation. If you want that kind of over the top, luxurious presentation and feel and smell, Fragrance du Bois is a house you need to check out. And I picked Santal Complete. The reason why I picked this is because for those who are just starting out, again, this is almost like their version of a freshie. It's classic, it's dry, it's smooth, it's very universal, it's very versatile also. You can wear this pretty much in any occasion. So I think Santal Complete from Fragrance du Bois is one of the essentials from that collection you need to check out, or from that house. Next, let's go to one of the best priced, if not best value, niche fragrance house is, of course, Imaginary Authors, and it's kind of bright today. And this one that I'm picking is one of the newer fragrances, Fox in the Flower Bed. Fox in the Flower Bed. I'm picking this one because I think, again, this one really personifies what Josh, the director, creative director, founder, perfumer behind Imaginary Authors does with his house. Keeps everything affordable, 50 milliliters, under $100, about $95 retail. So this is a great niche fragrance house to start exploring, especially if you're on a budget, because we all know niche fragrances can be expensive. The reason why I picked this one is it's the jasmine note. This is, when you look at the notes on here, you have jasmine, tulip, frankincense, honey, pink peppercorns, alpine air. He always includes an imaginary note, just like the Imaginary Authors, so I think it's one of the cool concepts. But the jasmine note here is, some jasmines are sweeter, some jasmines get a little more animalic. This is more towards that animalic jasmine, and that harkens back to me of a time of more classic perfumery from the 1930s and 40s, where jasmine was really popular, the finest jasmine from Grasse, France. This has that animalic note to it. Fox in the Flower Bed, I think. Fox in the Flower Bed, it's almost a tongue twister. To me, it's a great symbol. It's almost like this animalic fragrance that can be a little bit dangerous. And again, if you're looking to try this house out, I think it's one of the essentials. All right, next, I'm gonna go to Initio, and this is gonna be no surprise for anyone who likes Initio. Oud for greatness. The oud in here, don't be scared. If you've never tried this and you see something that says oud right in the title, you're like, oh, I can't handle oud. I don't even smell the oud in this. This is more of a saffron, sweet. Some people compare it to Baccarat Rouge. I don't at all. I don't think this This is, to me, I like it better, but it's, maybe a lot of people compare fragrances to Baccarat Rouge, but this is not in that vein. And it's kind of spicy, sweet, dry, and Oud for Greatness is the best seller here. If you come to Osme, there's a reason why people love it. This is really mass appealing niche fragrance right here, man or woman. And I think if you're starting your collection and you're looking at a really high-end house like Initio, start with Oud for Greatness and then kind of work your way around. This is a great introduction to the house. Next, I'm going to go to Etat Libre d'Orange, another well-priced niche fragrance house that's really one of the avant-garde fragrance houses. They keep things different, weird, fun. I like that about them. They're creative. And if you're going to, this one was really tough because they have a lot of great fragrances. But for me, Tom of Finland is still the best. It's really out there when you look at some of the imagery that goes with the box when you open the box. I'm not going to talk about it. You can find out for yourself. You can Google it, whatever. But this is, I think this is the ultimate example of a hyper masculine fragrance. So I think this is a fragrance that I would say definitely geared more towards men. Although, you know what, I've not smelled it on a woman. I'd like to see that and see how it works, because it still is niche and everything they do is really meant to be worn, all over by men and women. But Tom of Finland, to me, hyper masculine. If you want to make a statement, if you want to walk into a room and command that room, if you want to command the boardroom, a sales meeting, an introduction, a job interview, a date, Tom of Finland will do it all for you. So if you're going to this house, Etat Libre d'Orange, Tom of Finland is an essential. And that will leave me with the final and fifth house. And if everyone likes these videos, I'm going to keep doing other, obviously, niche houses because there's so many more. I just picked these 5 today. And this is from the house of Arquiste. You'll recognize the bottle. This is Non-Bond. Non-Bond to me is in the similar vein of Tom of Finland in that, to me, this is hyper masculine, alpha male fragrance. Now, I will say this, that I know plenty of women who actually wear this and think that it's great on them, and don't necessarily consider it, a fragrance that they would say is just for men. So this is extremely unisex, but on my skin, this comes across as extremely, and the juice, just look at the colors, look at the design of the bottle. One of my favorite houses, Arquiste, has always been, they always do very sexy fragrances. Everything from Ella to L to Non-Bond, everything is extremely sexy. So if you're gonna look at this house, there's a lot you can go with. I could have easily said L. That's a little bit more daring. It's a little bit more out there. So I suggest Non-Bond because everyone I've recommended this to, honestly, has completely fallen in love with this fragrance. And so when you recommend a fragrance to people and over, the response is like overwhelmingly, yes, this is a great one. It's got to be one that I recommend to start. So there you go, Non-Bond, the 5th and final essential house, essential fragrance. I'm going to get back to smelling some stuff for some last minute Christmas gifts. I won't see you guys until after Christmas, so Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you're having a great holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, and I will see you soon. Peace, love, and perfume.